When was the last time you didn't have to perform? When was the last time you didn't feel like your performance was being critiqued? Like you had to get all of your lines right and say and do all of the things just the way they needed to be, just in order to show up in the world. Unfortunately, for some of us, it's all too real. I know some people that don't struggle with that at all, and I'm so jealous of you, all of you. But I mean, seriously, sometimes life just feels like it's ongoingly performative. Like we must do these specific things. And there are certain elements, I get it. There are certain things that we need to do in order to fit in. That totally makes sense. And it's just kind of the way life is. You can't just run around going crazy constantly in the rest of the world. You got to understand there are other people in the world too. Okay, totally get that. I'm not talking about that kind of a situation, but it is more along the lines of, are you showing up in the world as you, or are you feeling like you have to perform? Now, the reason why I'm thinking about this is I was remembering a really cool conversation I had. And I'm not bringing this up to be a name dropper, okay? But it happened to be a conversation that I had with Matthew Knowles, Beyonce's dad. And I had interviewed him the day before at an event that I was at. We had scheduled to do the event live, to do the recording there at the event. But then the next day, that's the day that was so cool because both of us were just kind of standing out in the hallway area. There was a speaker out on stage talking and stuff, and just a couple of people milling around. And I just kind of walked up to him and we started talking. It was such a great moment. Willie J, so glad to have you here with us. Yeah, just talking about the time that I kicked it with Matthew Knowles. I mean, it was just so cool because it wasn't one of those kind of things where I was trying to impress him to get closer to him or that kind of thing. And it wasn't that kind of thing where he felt like he had to perform. We were just two dads hanging out, and we just talked about, because both of us had grown daughters and we were talking about, family and kids and daughters and, and things like that and all the stuff we do for them. And I mean, it wasn't like some, dad sitting around gripe session either. It was just two guys who, have now adult daughters and are living through the transitions from, when they were 5, you were the greatest thing in the world to now they're, in their mid 20s or, Beyonce was probably in her 30s by then, and now you're not the coolest thing in the world. And for those of you that aren't dads of daughters, it's a transition. It's a thing that has some real feeling to it. And we're so proud of our daughters. And both of us were kind of bragging about them. I mean, not like in that, do you know who my daughter is? Kind of, but just kind of that, here's this really cool thing that she's doing in the world. It was just such an amazing concept. And the reason why that came to me yesterday is some stuff that I'm working with here on the business. I realized that far too often, many of us don't really have a place where we can just be ourselves, just show up, just hang out, just kick it, just be like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? No expectation, no demands, no set schedule. And I'm not saying that there aren't times where you need to have meetings and set schedules and all those kind of things. I'm not, trying to live in some massively boho, go with the flow, nothing matters kind of a lifestyle. But sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's really necessary to just simply be comfortable and be seen. And those are the moments. And I've been very blessed to have met some amazing people. Yes, Willie, including Willie J, who is an incredibly cool individual, an amazing person, just on a totally personal level. besides being an incredible artist. You know, and it's not the, yeah, I remember standing backstage with blah blah blah. For me, it doesn't feel that way. For me, it's the, I remember having that private one-on-one discussion with Phil Keaggy. Most of you are like, who the heck is Phil Keaggy? Phil Keaggy is the guy that Jimi Hendrix said was probably the best guitar player in the world. Okay. And I met him many, many years later. That was in the 60s that Jimmy said that, and I met him in the mid 80s. But it was the opportunity to just chill with him. It was so cool. And that, more than anything else, is a place I love being in. Just hanging with you, letting you feel happy, safe, warm, and loved. And know that there's a place that can be called home. We can create it here online in our few minutes that we do every day live. We can go on a Zoom call, phone call. Or we can, yes, meet in person. And it's a place where you don't have to perform. You don't have to, have any expectation. You can just be you. I love doing that with people. I love seeing you and being with you. And I'm so grateful for you. I hope as we kick off this Monday, the first official Monday of August 2026, where the heck is the year long already? I hope that today, at some point, you don't have to worry about performing, and you just get some time to just be you, to be seen for who and how you are, because you are amazing. I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you have a really amazingly great